Happy morning, everyone. Welcome back to the video. Today we are going to discuss about the poem The Castle, the second part. So let us move to the poem. Here is the poet Edwin Muir, as we already discussed in the previous video. So this is the first stanza, as we already discussed, that is, here the narrator is the soldier and they are watching from the turret wall. Whom they are watching? They are watching the movers from the turret wall, and also they are not having any fear because their captain was brave and they are very loyal to the captain. And also they found no enemy was found up to the distance of a half a mile, and so they seemed no threat to the castle. So this is the first stanza we have already discussed. Now let us see the second stanza. In this stanza, the narrator expresses about their plenty of weapons and food, and their confident. That is, the soldiers said, why should they had to fear? Because they had plenty of weapons and food to protect them, and a large quantity of ration in the stock. Here is the provender. We call it as food. And also they said the soldiers stood one above the other on the towering battlements. So this is the towering battlements. They can stood one above the other. And also they believed that the supporting nation, that is friendly allies, supporting nations will help them, and they are watching to shoot the enemies at sight. So now we are going to see third stanza. In this stanza, the narrator expresses the confidence of the castle. That is, the castle gates were strong and walls were thick, so smooth and high, no man could win. So, smooth means they could not climb on the wall because it is very tough, and no man could even a man could not enter into the castle. Then a foothold there, no clever trick could take us dead or quick, only a bird could have got in. So even if he's intelligent, he was unable to enter into the castle. Only a bird could enter into the castle. How a bird could enter? The bird will fly and it will enter into the castle. So here he describes about the confidence of the castle. Now let us move to the fourth stanza. What could they offer us for bait? Our captain was brave and we were true. There was a little private gate, a little wicket gate. The wizened warder led them through. So in this stanza, we are going to discuss about the private gate and wizened warder. So you can see the first line. What could they offer as for bait? So here the narrator said the enemy could not use a bed for their entry inside the castle. They believed that the castle was absolutely safe because the captain was very brave and we were true. Here we refers to the soldiers. They were true means they were very loyal to the captain. There was a little private gate. So here is that little private gate. This can be say it as little private gate, and a little wicked gate. Wicked means evil or morally wrong, and wicked gate means it is a small gate. So the wise and warder led them through. Wise and warder here refers to an aged or old god. So we can say he is an aged or old god. So in this stanza, the narrator said, there was a wicket gate which was guarded by a wicked god, and only who guards the wicket gate, he can let the enemies inside the famous citadel. Here we can say citadel. It is a safe and strong fort. So this is the fourth stanza. It describes about the private gate and wizened warder. Only the wizened warder know the way to enter into the castle. Now let us move to the fifth stanza. Oh, then our maze of tunnel stone grew thin and treacherous as air. The cast was lost without a groan, the famous citadel overthrown, and all its secret galleries bare. So in this stanza, it describes about the greedy, disloyal warder. So here, oh, then a maze of tunnel stone. So the strong castle became big and thin. Why? Because it was lost without any fight because of the greedy disloyal warder, that is grew thin and treacherous as air. Treacherous means disloyal. So the cause was lost without a groan. So it was lost without any fight. So without any fight, the castle was lost because of the greedy, disloyal warder. The famous citadel overthrown and all its secret galleries bare. So here the citadel was captured by the enemies for gold. Citadel means a safe and strong fort. So it was captured by the enemies for gold. And all its secret galleries bare means bare, here bare refers to empty. So the secret galleries were bad and thus easily the castle was conquered by the enemies. So here in this stanza it represents the disloyalty of the warder. Then we are going to see the last stanza of this poem. How can this shameful tale be told? I will maintain until my death. We could do nothing being sold. Our only enemy was gold, and we had no arms to fight it with. So, in this stanza, the poet expresses his shameful story. That is, how can this shameful tale be told? Here, the narrator lamented over the disloyalty of the useless warder, and also he decided, that is, I will maintain until my death. And also he decided not to disclose this shameful story to anyone. Here, tale refers to story. And also he assured that he would maintain the secret of the defeat until his death. So until his death, he would maintain the secret of the defeat. Then we could do nothing, being sold, our only enemy was gold. So the poet regretted for not finding any weapon to fight with the enemy called gold. So here the enemy is gold. So he said, we could not find any weapon to fight with the enemy called gold. And also he reveals the truth that an army is our army is strong if its man can be bribed. So here he said, and we had no arms to fight it. So we had no weapons to fight with the gold. Here, gold is considered as the real enemy, and he said we had no weapons to fight with the gold. So this is the poem, and here we can say uh, the moral. We can say like the what that is gold is considered as the real enemy. In this poem, gold is considered as the real enemy. Now let us discuss some questions. That is, in this stanza, what would be the question? How can this shameful tale be told? So, here, what was the shameful act? The shameful act is the act of letting the enemies in for gold by the warder villain. So, next question. Why did the narrator want to tell the tale to anybody? The narrator does not want to tell the tale as it is shameful and could spoil his image and that of his companion. So, here we can see some questions. Then, why did the narrator feel helpless? The narrator feel helpless as he was tied down by the disloyal, greedy nature of the warder. So, hope you understood this poem, students. Thank you.